Welcome back to another episode of Between Two Cars, where I rant about car topics endlessly. No time limit, no cuts, no editing. And you might be noticing there's something different about me today. Yeah, I'm not wearing my hoodie. Glancing past that, today we are going to be talking about hot takes. I asked you guys, and you guys gave me a lot of hot takes. I mean, a lot. We can keep going. We can keep going. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. Anyways, I'm going to do my best to try to read as many of these as I can and give you guys my thoughts. This might span multiple Between Two Cars, but that's okay because we want to talk about these. And if they are really, really interesting topics, I will save them for their own episode. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in. First one says, no one in the community can take criticism anymore. And I think that's very, very valid. I think that has to go beyond the car scene. I think it's just people nowadays are really soft. If you guys play video games, specifically Call of Duty, you know what happens when you're beating a team, 5-0 in search, 5-2 in search. You know what happens? They fucking back out. They quit like a bunch of little pansies. It's a video game. Now, if you take that and apply it to a physical object, something that's not virtual, and you say, oh yeah, your car's pretty cool, but I don't like your taillights, which a lot of people tell me, they go and cry about it and they say you're a hater. It's honestly kind of embarrassing. People should just appreciate what they have, and if someone doesn't like it, you know what they say, you can't please everyone. A lot of people don't like the color I put on this car. I wanted something a little bit more low-key and something different. I've never seen this color before. It's a weird pewter, silver, green, goldish color, and I did something different. Do I think that this was the best choice for this car? No, I'm sure I could have done a cooler color, but I wanted to do something different. And I don't care if people don't like it, because I know this car's fast, and it's fun. So I think people not taking criticism goes beyond the car scene. Here we go. Only Rears says, oh, that was from Z06 Ghostwriter, by the way. Only Rears says, a lot of car guys are secretly like EVs, but are afraid of being made fun of, so they don't buy one. I don't think that's why they don't buy one. I do agree. I like EVs. Would I go out and buy one though? See, that's the thing. No, because I don't think I don't like it that much. Would I go get a Plaid and daily drive that? Yeah, I'd probably daily drive a Plaid. Would I daily drive a Cybertruck? No. My thing is, I like going fast. I do think people overly hate EVs, but I think the problem with the whole EV versus gasoline engine shtick is the government is trying to fucking cram EVs down our fucking throat. Cram them, force us to buy them. And I don't think that's a natural way of getting people to like them. I think they're impressive. It's very, very fun to feel the instant torque of an electric motor, especially a performance car. It's very fun. So I'm not afraid to say I like it, but I do think you are right that there are a lot of closeted EV supporters. Not saying that they like them more than gas engines, but I think the fact that people are afraid to say that they like them at all is telling. So you're onto something, but I don't think that's why they don't buy them, however. Hot take. Oh, this is my buddy Nick. He said, your curveball ain't all that. I'll take it 450 dead center. I'm not a pitcher, so that's fair. Okay, here we go. This one is from David Fisher. Mark IV Supra is a great car, but the super kids exaggerate what it is, which makes people dislike the car. Anything that gets popular is going to have people hate on it because it's popular. I don't think people 100% exaggerate it because the car is very capable. But yes, anything with a following, it's going to make people hate the car. I don't think these are hot takes. That's kind of just obvious though. Like look at the GT3 RS. A lot of people are horny about the GT3 RS, and a lot of people at the same time are like, it's not all that. It's not even a supercar. I heard a very, very good take from, what's his at? Matt Berries or something like that. I hope I said that correctly. I met him at SEMA. He's Shipbox Garage's friend. He made the Ferrari swapped 8.6 or whatever, the drift car. You guys have all probably seen his content here and there. He had a very good take, and honestly, I don't think there's an argument against this. His take was, a car can't be a supercar if there is a base trim of that car. So you take a look at the GT3 RS or the GT2 RS and you say, those are pretty super cars. They're pretty expensive. They're pretty capable. They're amazing engineering marvels. But you can go out and buy a 911 Carrera for a fraction of the price. Can't do that with a Gallardo. Can't do that with an F12. Can't do that with an Aventador. Can't do that with a MP412C. And you can't do it with a 918 Spider, which is a hypercar. But you get what I'm saying. He used that as an example. And I do think that is a very valid point. A lot of people hate on cars once they become the mainstream popular thing. And it happened to the Supra. It's sort of happening with the Vette. It's funny. I bought this car and people are like, oh, you bought that car, the TikTok kids already ruined it. And it's like, first of all, I bought the car for myself, but second of all, this car is amazing on paper and on the street. So there is no, oh, well, it's just a 90s car. Now this car out of the box is a monster. So, yeah. Here we go, TX Suarez, cold air intakes with nothing separating it from the hot side of the engine bay. That was sort of a sentence, but yeah, there's good and bad cold air intakes, just like there's good and bad car parts of everything. Don't buy cheap intakes. What he means by this is, if you're modified and you say you have an intake and you pop your hood and your intake is sitting right next to your headers, you're a fucking idiot. So yeah, don't just buy an intake because you bought an intake. Here we go. JJ Nation 21. Your Hellcat is not outrunning a leader bike. These aren't hot takes. You guys are just stating obvious facts. Hellcats are not outrunning leader bikes. Modded Hellcats maybe, but I mean, I beat leader bikes in this car. Not gap them. I could barely pull away here and there against lightly modified or stock leader bikes, which I still think is impressive. But I ain't no artist fast, you know. I ain't like that. I ain't beating no fucking nitrous S1000 or something like that. So, yeah, a Hellcat is definitely not beating anything like that. Hot take: both Gen S197s V6s are goated. I don't know too much about the V6 that comes in the earlier pre-facelift models, but I do know the later ones. I do know those can handle power. Goated might be a bit much, but they can handle power. You can throw a blower on one of those cars and make 500 to 600 wheel horsepower pretty reliably. And if it blows up, you go to the junkyard and you get a motor for, you know, $500 or whatever. They ain't asking an arm and a leg for those things. So he might be onto something. Now, would you buy that over a Coyote? No, you should not. But he ain't wrong. If you do buy one and you want to build a super sleeper car, throw a blower on it, make it look like a bone stock V6, and you can go fuck some kids up. So, not bad, not bad. Here's a hot take, Real Car Media. Social media ruined Miatas. I don't even think it was social media. It's just TikTok and TikTok girls. Mainly TikTok, though. But, yes, they did ruin Miatas. I think when people like Donut Media are telling everyone that Miatas are the greatest thing ever, and Miata's this, Miata that, Miata can do everything, that invokes in people a sense of, oh shit, I can go out and buy this car, and it's slow, and you know, it doesn't have high expectations, and I could leave it kind of stock because it's just a Miata anyways, and I'm already in. I'm in with the cool guys. I think that's kind of the problem with the car. I think it's a lazy option, and yes, they are cool. Yes, you can make them fun and fast, and you can turn them into all different types of platforms. We already know that. You could do that with any car. It doesn't make the Miata special, but I think it's just a lazy get out of jail free card kind of for car people. Like, you look at a chick. Is a chick really going to, no offense to women, most car girls are just fake. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. Is a chick really going to go out and buy, I don't know, a Corvette or a Mustang and throw a blower on it and throw all this shit? No. But that's kind of what's expected if you're a dude in the car scene. You're expected to modify your car and kind of go fast. It's just the way the car scene, I bit my lip, the way the car scene is. However, if that same chick goes out and buys a Miata and wraps it pink, well, she's done. There's nothing else she wants to do to the car because it's slow already. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of get out of jail for free card. No point in modding a Miata because it's still slow. BMWs, this is from my bad, I'm dyslexic. This is from 1X Lewis 5. BMWs with a burble tune is just a new way to say you lacked attention as a child. These are not the best of hot takes. I am reading this, and this is all unedited and all dry, and just, you know, this isn't scripted, but yeah, again, we already know that. We already know that. Same with people that slam their cars and have sparks coming out while they're driving. Yeah, these people lacked attention, and these people, you know, they're craving it. Okay, here we go. Here's a decent one. Justin Penberthy. Stock wheels are better than reps. Yes and no. First of all, there are some stock wheels that are beautiful. I do genuinely love, and that's why they're on the car right now, I love how the C6 ZR1 wheels look. I don't know if the camera can see them. You can kind of see a little bit of the face. You guys know what they look like though. I love these wheels. Now, reps. There are tiers to reps. There are your garbage JNC XXRs, you know, those brands that have been around forever that just make cheap wheels that you could buy for less than $100 a pop. Or there's higher end rep brands that make, you know, rep wheels, and then they also make their own stuff. I'm not going to list names, but you guys might know who I'm talking about. And not all wheels are created equally. Simply, that's the fact of the matter. If you buy a $75 to $150 wheel, you are getting a pretty cheap wheel, depending on size. If you buy a $200 to $300 wheel, you're probably pretty confident in that wheel. And then if you go and buy some crazy real wheels that are $1,500 a pop, yeah, it's cool. Been there. Not any different though. All wheels turn and go round, you know. So I agree with some of his statement, but I do think, like, look at this Corvette, for example. I love how these wheels are. Stock wheels typically don't have an aggressive fitment. Typically. I mean, this is a ZR1, and look at this tucked ass fitment. It's cool for me, but, you know, it's not exactly what I want. So, it is what it is. Okay. Here we go. Chaz Tucker J. Need to make XXX HP to need bead locks. These people don't understand gear ratios. LOL, run it. No. So I think he's saying you don't need to make 1,000 horsepower to run bead locks. You kind of do. I mean, yeah, you could throw fucking 455s in the back of a Mustang and have a crazy aggressive or high torque gear ratio. Yeah, but we're not talking about those people. We're talking about dipshits that throw a bead lock on a stock Scat Pack, on a stock SS. We're not talking about these fucking guys that are building crazy fast NA drag cars. We understand what a race car looks like, and we understand what a fucking poser looks like. This car makes 930 horsepower to the wheels. That's after all the drivetrain loss. Coming out of this wheel right here is 930 horsepower. So, although this car might not need bead locks, I worked with ESR to sponsor and to make this wheel. So, yeah, I have some. However, on the same note, and this just goes to show how stupid people are, my Supra made 920 horsepower, and I ran an 18-inch wheel, my CCWs, no slick, no bead locks, and it worked fine. So for people to sit here and say, oh, my car makes 400, yeah, I need a bead lock, you are fucking delusional. You do not need a bead lock. I am sorry. You don't need a bead lock. You could use a slick, sure, if you're doing some dig racing or whatever. Yeah, I get it. But if you're going out roll racing and you have a 500 horsepower car, you don't need a 15-inch bead lock or a 15-inch drag slick. You don't. Sorry. You just don't. I made 920, hooked all the way from second all the way up, and it was fine on my 18-inch wheel. So, yeah. Line it up, though. Whatever. Here we go. Here's a hot take. The VQ platform is one of the craziest platforms to build. This is from Muaid is Muaid. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. The VQ platform is a great platform. However, it is a very cost-effective, cheap platform that is very easy to steal. Therefore, a lot of takeover, low-budget people buy it and ruin the platform. When you tell somebody you can get a luxury coupe / luxury sedan, rear-wheel drive manual car, V6, for less than 10 grand, and you can boost it and make decent power, yeah, that's a good platform. It's just a stigma that comes with it. Not a very good stigma, if you ask me. So, although I agree with you, and there are people in the VQ scene, like Performance Over Looks, he tracks his VQ and actually passed my McLaren on the track. There are people in the VQ scene that are doing good shit. Sadly, there's a lot more bad than good. So, it is what it is. Okay. Here we go. This one is from... I can't pronounce that. It just says, Subarus are reliable, just the owners don't take care of them. No. No. I know you guys have seen him on my videos. My close buddy Eric, he is a mechanic. He is a at-home garage mechanic. He has customers, normal people, not race car people, that bring them their cars, and they have issues, and he fixes them. He has seen so many normal Subarus. We're not even talking about WRXs. Normal Subarus come to his house to be fixed from head gasket issues. Cars with less than 100,000 miles. You can't tell me head gaskets go out because of lack of maintenance, lack of oil changes. That's not really what happens. And these people aren't fucking stupid either. So, no. Now, I'm not going to use my Subaru as an example because I think my Subaru was sort of fucked up when I bought it. And I think on top of that, the people that tried to fix it were also dropped on their head as children. So, I'm not going to use mine as an example. But, no. I think Subarus, for the most part, just kind of have issues. And they are driven by lesbians. But that's okay. Here we go. This is from Hollow M2. So we got a BMW boy. Let's see what he says. Not all LSLTs sound good. Same with Hemi. This is the same with any car. So although you thought you cooked, you in fact did not. Any car with a shitty exhaust will sound like dog water. Coyotes especially. But yes, Hemis, LSs, LTs. Hemis do sound like boats a lot, like literal boats. But yeah, you didn't really cook. You said something that we can all kind of agree with. Okay, here, let's skip a couple because some of these aren't the best. Oh, here we go. From Mikey Flicks. Might be compensating a little bit here, Mikey. Having an automatic is fine, especially if you daily the car. Yes and no. Automatics aren't what they used to be, especially the A10s that come in some cars, some DCTs that come in some cars. There are, I think, exceptions. But I don't think daily driving is a good excuse for not buying a manual transmission. I drove manual for years, daily driven in my V6 Mustang and in this Mustang back and forth to work for years. And I not once ever really complained. It's not that big of a deal. So, not a good excuse. If you want to rock owning a manual or an automatic, just simply say it's because one is faster or one is more enjoyable. That's all it comes down to. Automatics are faster, manuals are more fun. It's as simple as that. If you don't care about being the fastest guy on the block, buy a manual. I have 2. I love them. I technically have 3, including the Supra. So, yeah. But if you want to buy a car that is more capable, then buy an automatic. That's why I pushed Alma to get the automatic version. I'm just seeing what time we're at. 18? Okay, we got plenty of time. That's why I pushed her to get the automatic, because I figured, 1, she's not going to be banging gears and racing. So regardless, it doesn't matter. But 2, if we do go out cruising, she'll have an easier time keeping up because all she has to do is just focus on not crashing. So now I'm not doubting her manual skills. I know she can drive, but it's just a lot less going on. And if we throw a blower on her car, which we definitely might, well, now she'll have something damn near capable of keeping up with this thing. So be a monster. Okay, here's 2 about G35s. I think we already covered them, but it says G35, G37 platforms are good. People hate on them because it's trendy. And the other one says G35 and G37 coupes are good cars. I don't think people hate on them because they're trendy. I think they have valid reasons to hate on them. When you look at, people at takeovers and everything, it's just filled with infinities. When you look at people being idiots at car meets, it's just filled with infinities. I saw a video yesterday. It wasn't an Infinity. I guess it was a 350. But dude just rev bombing his car, just bam, 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 shooting flames out or whatever. And that's the reason why people don't like Infinities. You just think Infinity and you think of those knuckleheads. So they are good cars. We already mentioned that, but yeah, I think that's the main reason why. By the way, these fucking cat slippers are pretty uncomfortable. Not much padding, so this kind of sucks. I'm not the most comfortable walking back and forth. Okay, drag packs on the street make you seem slower. This is coming from Hyde Alex. Drag packs on the street, I don't think make you seem slower. But I think nowadays it is probably a 75 to 25% chance that you are slow. I used to be intimidated when I saw people on drag packs and shit. And I think it was one of the last times I raced in my McLaren. I raced a Mustang. Mustang had full on, I think, beadlock in the rear, skinnies up front, sounded crazy, and then we line up and I blew his doors off. And now you might be saying, well, Drew, you're in a McLaren. Okay, this Mustang could beat the McLaren, so just chill out on that. But second of all, A10s with a blower are ridiculously fast. They are like the kings of the streets for most cars. So I thought I was about to get my ass handed to me. However, it was just a full bolt-on car with a drag pack. So more likely than not, when you see a drag pack on the street, it's going to be a slow-ass car. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. Okay. Oh, God, this is the craziest one of all so far. From the Hi-Fi 01. Highly fee, well, I don't care. If rice is done right, it actually doesn't look bad. If rice is done right, first of all, there's no correct way to rice out a vehicle. The people that rice out a vehicle typically don't know what they're fucking doing anyway, so no. But second of all, if you know something is strictly a cosmetic enhancement, a race-inspired cosmetic enhancement, if you understand that, then how can you say it looks nice? I don't understand that. I mean, yeah, there's times where you could, like, I guess, more tastefully do some racer mods, sure. But I wouldn't say it looks right. Like, what would you guys prefer? A stock C6 ZR1 or a C6 ZR1 with a roof scoop? I think most of us are going to choose the stock one. So, yeah, no. Okay, this one, whenever they send it with the shrugging emoji, that's how you know that it's going to be a hot take. This one says, Teslas make nice cars. Coming from, God, why do you guys have such stupid names? Prynex Zeki, whatever. Teslas make nice cars. Yes and no. I don't think Tesla deliberately, I mean, like, okay, you've seen the compilations. You've seen the memes of the zip ties and stuff like that. Does that mean it's a bad car? I mean, I know of Porsches that use zip ties, so it's not like a big deal. But I think there's just, again, it has to do more with just the government trying to cram EVs down our throat, telling us that we need to buy one eventually. I think that's dumb. I think we should, especially in a country like America where, you know, it's supposed to be free and everything, I think you should be able to buy and drive what you want to buy. You're spending your own money. Why are they going to tell you what you can and cannot buy? I guess they've technically been doing that for the longest time. You know, you can't buy and modify your car, but still, I mean, it's just, gas is more convenient. So, here we go. Most M cars look like daily traffic to non-enthusiasts. That's actually a pretty good take right there. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good fucking take. To be fair, a lot of, I think, cars do. I bet you most people look at this Corvette and they just think, oh, pretty car, you know? But M cars and Porsches, they just kind of do look like regular traffic. And I think that's another reason why a lot of people have problems, especially with Porsches, is putting them in the supercar bracket. It's like, it doesn't look all that super. Like, it's crazy. And to you and I, we know that thing is a monster. But to most people, you know, you look at even my MP412C, that looked like a supercar. You put that next to a Porsche, and I guarantee people are going to think the MP412C is worth more than the Porsche. Just because, well, it looks like a fucking supercar. So, for M people, yeah, I think that's pretty valid. I think a lot of people don't look over at M cars and really notice much. Shit, I was behind an M3, an E92 M3 yesterday. I didn't even know it was an E92 M3 until he got on it a little bit. And I don't know how he managed to make an E92 M3 sound like shit, but he did. He managed to do it, so, yeah. Okay, Brian Bowman. The chop cams don't sound, what? The chop cams don't sound as great as people hype them to be. Oh, the chop cams don't, yeah, I get what you're saying now. No. Chop is God. Chop is law. You need chop. Yeah, I don't know why you don't like that sound. I think, I mean, fuck, dude. I've literally been just sending Eric, me and him back and forth because we both want to cam our LSs. And we've just been both sending each other like, you know, chop, chop, chop. Listen to this. This is the cam I want. And you're going to tell me that this doesn't sound good? Oh, that sounds good. That blah, 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 blah. You can't tell me that doesn't sound good. So that is a faded ass hot take right there. Faded. You are zooed out of your mind. Zood, zood, zood. Okay, let's find. Here we go. Someone said, let's go back to the chameleon wrap. I never really had a chameleon wrap. I had a slight color shift wrap, but sure. Toyota is hands down the best car brand all around. 5 years ago, I think I would have agreed with you. Nowadays, I don't know if I can agree with you. And let me explain. One, their reliability is going downhill. I don't know what they're doing, but they are cutting corners and they are going downhill. Look it up. I'm not just speaking out of my ass. Look it up. Second of all, do you see these Toyota prices? You see these prices, right? Base Prius, we'll just talk about the Prius, talking about what? 30, 35 grand, something stupid like that. I think it's 31 or 32 for the base. Then you buy the premium and it's like 35, 36. Okay? We're not talking about the Prius Prime. Well, let's look at the Supra. Dog shit kind of car. I like it, but it's, you know, it's failed, I would say. It's a failure of a car. Didn't sell like they wanted it to. And not all that special. I damn near can't even call it a Toyota. The Tacoma, the Sequoia, all of these other cars, overpriced, crazy markups, insane. So, no, I can't sit here and say that all around it's the best. I mean, fuck, what is then, you know? Honda? I don't know. They're all kind of dog shit right now. Everyone's not on their A game, so let's just imagine that. You know what? You know who's on their A game? Jaguar. I'm joking, obviously. I don't know. I think that's a bit of a hot take. So, let's see. Someone said Toyota Camrys are faster than Mustangs with only a cold air intake. You must be smoking that good. There isn't a Toyota Camry on the face of the earth with only an intake that is faster than any Mustang. I don't even think it's faster than an EcoBoost. Do you guys mind if I sit in my Corvette? My feet low-key hurt. I never do this. I never sit, so don't get a bad impression of me. You guys can still see me, but oh god, my legs are sore too. There we go. I'm more comfortable. Hopefully, stupid car is gonna beep for a second. 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. 300 horsepower in the right car is fast and fun. This is from Evelyn Nalea. Okay, I'm very bad at reading people's names, but Nazalia. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. 300 horsepower in the right car is fast and fun. I would agree with that. I think people have been brainwashed by... Okay, I don't like sitting. I can't see you guys. I think people have been brainwashed by YouTubers... Probably my fault a little bit, but into thinking that you need like 1,000 horsepower. This car is not that fun to drive. It is fun, and I would rather have it with this power than it with 300, but 300 horsepower in the right car is plenty of fun, especially for a daily driver. Should that be your weekend car? Maybe not. Maybe have something cool for the weekend, but you can have plenty of fun with 300 horsepower in the right car. So... in a 4,000-pound boat? Probably not. There was a good fart right there. How do you not rub with those meats on your petite fenders? That's not a hot take, but there's a lot of trimming under there, trust me. Here we go. Hot take, someone says the best car on your channel is the Mustang. I agree, maybe. 99% of people that put coilovers on their car are hurting performance and ride quality. I wouldn't say 99%, but there's definitely a high amount of people that do that. Because 99 is a lot of people. So, this is a good one too. I like this one. Yeah, if you throw just coilovers at your car and don't adjust them correctly and don't dial them in and set your preloads and your rebounds and all that shit, if you do that, yeah, you're not doing anything really good to your car. So, again, partially agree, but at the same time, I don't think it's 99%. If you guys really want your suspension dialed in, pay somebody to corner balance your car. It's going to drive like a dream. I'm thinking when I get my new wheels put back on, and I get the correct tires, I might take this to go get corner balanced, but yeah, it'll drive like a dream. So I do agree though. There are a lot, especially if you buy cheap coilovers, that's gonna hurt your performance and shit a lot. JDM cars are overhyped. Oh, I agree. I do agree with that. JDM cars are very, very overhyped. For the longest time, at least where I live, I think JDM cars are the most popular pop culture car. You go into a Zoomies, a Hot Topic, a PacSun, and you guys see JDM shirts, JDM cars, JDM merch. And they are cool, but they're only cool in their like one or two categories, which is drifting and just being like aesthetically pleasing. Like it's just cool to like Japanese stuff. That's a trend right now. So yeah, but you go to a race meet, you go to a drag strip, you don't see a whole lot of JDM cars. So yeah, I do think they are a bit overhyped. They are very purpose built. You're either drifting your JDM car or you're like building it as a show car. So obviously there's outliers. I get it. Yes, so you could drag race a Honda. You could drag race whatever. You could do road course. I get it. Just don't hate me. Jesus, I didn't make this hot take. I'm just giving my 2 cents. Classic cars need to stay original. Oh my God, these hot takes are perfect, man. You don't know how annoying, I mean, again, not my car, but you see these classics and then you see them like moderned out, not necessarily like a resto mod, because I do think you can tastefully update everything, but what I hate seeing is when you see like a classic on like 20s, oh, it's so god awful. I love the old aesthetic of the wheels and tires and the fitment of those older cars, but then you see them all slammed and fucking big ass wheels. I hate it so much. I agree with you so much. I don't think that it's bad to do engine swaps and resto mods, because at SEMA I saw a lot of those, but just do it tastefully, you know? Like, just do it tastefully, please. God, that's such a good one, though. C4 Corvettes are objectively better than C3 Corvettes. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue with you over that. I don't even like how C3 Corvettes look, so I agree with you. I'm not even going to argue with you. Okay, I can't read that one, sorry. K-swaps are overrated. I bet this guy's from a B-series fucking family, because K-swaps, there is nothing better if you are looking for probably any 4-cylinder platform, because people throw K-swaps in everything. There is nothing better, in my opinion, than a K24 swap for a 4-cylinder. If you are building a Honda, if you are trying to get rid of the dogshit Boxer in a BRZ, I think a K-swap is the best. And I will win you over with three points. Point number 1, you can make 500 to 600 horsepower stock. You throw an oil pump in that bitch, you throw a cam gear in that bitch, and you can make 500 to 600 horsepower stock block. Point number 2, they cost $900 at most for a K24, a decent one, not a fucking Honda Element one. I'm talking about something out of like the TSX or whatever, or the TL. I forgot which one it is, but the one that I got, which made 500 plus horsepower, yeah, $900. And number 3, they are easy to cram into any goddamn car out there. I guarantee there's a kit for any car of your dreams. So, yeah, I don't agree with you. They are not overrated. You are faded. Golfs are pretty good cars. Obviously, that dude's on crack. 10R80 on the GT350 would walk every other stock 10 speeds. These people are just stating obvious facts. Hey, this car with more power would make and be faster than the other car with less power. You guys are sometimes stupid. Sorry. Don't want to be rude, but sorry. JDM is terrible for performance. Most cars can't last more than 5 passes on the strip. Yes and no. I don't think they're terrible for performance, but they're set up with a leg down, I think. You know, like, well, they're taking one step backwards. They're shooting themselves in the foot. They have less displacement. There's a lot more shit that needs to go right for them to make a solid pass. Where you get a V8 American muscle car, you don't even need a blower, and you can make a good pass. So, I don't think they're terrible, though. Blue S197 was better. You're just a hater. If a person's content personality is just their car, it's cringe. Or, my bad. Let me reread this. If a person's content personality is just their car to cringe TikTok sounds, it's lame. I agree. I 100% agree. And I also agree, and I'm going to take this one step further. I don't think you need to post your whole car life 24/7. I do a lot of car stuff that I do not film because I want to just enjoy the car. A lot of people do this shit solely for making content and making money. I love to go cruising and go do cool things. Like I don't think I ever posted one night canyon run in the McLaren, and I'd probably done dozens of just going to the canyons at night in the McLaren and just fucking letting her eat. Because what's the point in filming it? I want to go out there and relax and let loose. I don't want to go out there and worry about making content. A lot of people, they prioritize, I guess, the content creation side and the influencer side over the cars. Like, if I, for some reason, stopped making videos, I would keep doing the exact same things. Camera on, camera off, I would keep doing the exact same things with my cars. I would keep racing, I would keep modding them, and I would keep doing it. The only reason why I make videos is, one, to entertain and make you guys laugh and make your guys' day better, and two, to fund my addiction. That is literally why I do it. So, 5.0s are better than LSs. We've already kind of talked about that. 5.0s are definitely better for boost, and LSs are definitely better for naturally aspirated. Rice is better than nice, you're faded. Big tires in your stock 3-valve are ugly. Haha. Okay, these people, C7 over C8? Yeah, I'd agree. The C7 Z06 over C8 Z06, though, now we're talking. Now that's some serious competition. Fuck, you know what? I might actually backtrack. Let's look at them all based, like equal trim levels. So let's take a Stingray and a Stingray. Would I rather have a C8 or a C7 Stingray? Narrow body on both. Fuck, they're both ugly. LT1 versus whatever the hell comes in the C8. I don't know. I don't know. I might have to actually switch up on you. I think the C7 would be more fun to just like be rowdy in, but I think the C8 would be a more better, pleasant driving experience. So you might be faded on this one. C8, Z06, I'm taking that all day. That car sounds crazy, looks crazy, fucking shoots fire stock. I'm taking that car all day. So yeah. All right, we'll do one more, and then I'll probably start a part 2 because I guarantee we haven't even made a dent into any of these. What time are we at? 38. Holy fuck. Okay. Jesus Christ. Car meets are getting boring. Not a hot take. I've talked about this in, I think, episode 1. Yeah, they're getting boring because they're not car enthusiasts. They're fucking dipshits bringing out their clapped out car. So, yeah, I agree with you guys. Anyways, we'll do more hot takes tomorrow or in the next episode whenever it's posted. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, and until next video, peace. Also, if you want, comment down below some hot takes, and I'll maybe make them into a full video if they are good enough. Deuces.